this day. What's I'm not going to say what's left of it because it never ends, right? So welcome to Faith Every Day on a thriving Thursday with the Kingdom Business Network. I'm grateful for all of you guys that are in today. Let me take a moment and do some housekeeping and just celebrate the visionaries of this amazing network called Kingdom Business Network, which is the largest Christian entrepreneurship network on Clubhouse. Over 100,000 people. We call them our cousins. 100,000 cousins that have connected and joined and are just engaged. I'm gonna tell you something right now. You got to engage if you want to enlarge. But I'm grateful for the visionaries that are the reasons why we are experiencing the value of KBN. And that is Prophetess Chanel E. Martin out of Atlanta and Pastor Chandler Bailey out of Columbia, South Carolina. Two people that you need to have in your ear. You need to have in your environment. You need to have a part of your motivation, a part of your declaration, whatever it is that gets you in the mode of moving, whatever that is that encourages you, you need to have these two amazing people a part of your circle. I'm grateful for them and all that they have been to me personally, which is translating to everything that I do, and every other person that's a part of KBN. Listen, KBN, if you in the building, yo, let me see some likes, some thumbs up, some hearts, whatever we can do. And let's share this room out, man. We're going to have a great time today. I'm going to talk about something I think that everybody can take something away from. I'm going to hit on some issues. I'm going to hit some courageous conversation today. So I hope that you are engaged. I hope that you are ready. And I want to ask this question because I'm very I'm very how can I say, I'm very sensitive to the people. I'm very accommodating, and I want to know if I have your permission to challenge you. I want to know that if I have your permission, I want you to put in the chat, permission granted. I really want to speak something that's going to be thought provoking. I want to speak something that's going to be encouraging, something that's going to empower you, most of all, something that's going to challenge you. Well, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Victor Johnson. I speak three languages. I speak ministry, I speak the marketplace, and I speak media. KBN Faith Every Day is one of those places where we come on and we talk about our faith. We talk about what is faith. We begin to expand and explore it. Here's the thing: if you're going to be engaged in something, you at least should have an understanding of what it is, right? And so we talk about what faith is. We unpack it, that it translate no matter what ethnic group, no matter what gender, no matter what nationality, culture, or creed. Listen, the construct of faith is a part of everybody's life, and we want to ensure that you stopped into this room, and we want to make sure that you leave with something. And so this is where the pulpit meet the people meet the pulpit. So as I stated, I speak ministry, marketplace, and media. I am a church planner here in the vibrant city of Virginia Beach, Virginia. I steward this work alongside my amazing wife. I say it loudly. I love out loud. I do it on purpose. It ain't for likes. This is how I live, ladies and gentlemen. My wife of 24 plus years stole my heart at 19, and here I am at 45, still locked into this amazing woman. And I'm so honored and humbled that I get the ability to share and do life with this girl. So we steward that amazing church, full of entrepreneurs, full of game changers, full of people who have made a decision and who are engaged into doing life with people. And so we're there. Not only do we steward in the ministry, but we also steward in the marketplace. We are in the area of real estate. We are licensed brokers, North Carolina and Virginia. We empower, we encourage, we mentor, we consult in any area, all things real estate, from buying to selling to wholesaling to flipping to building. You name it. If it has a key and a door, we are all over it. We are in the business to help people realize a dream or potential of home ownership in whatever capacity that you are in. We believe in helping people reach their dreams. So that's what we do in the marketplace and in the media. Listen, you can find me on every platform that's out there. I've made it my point to be wherever people are. I'm in the people's business. Listen, I have been empowered to encourage you. I have been chosen to challenge you, and I have been anointed to help you find and acknowledge your assignment. So that's who I am. Wherever people are, you're going to find Victor. That's what I do. I do people. I'm a part of, and I'm in the people's business. So you can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Roku TV, Apple TV. Listen, wherever people are, listen to what I'm telling you. You're going to see Victor Johnson. I love people, and my passion is to help people realize who they are, not what they've done and not where they're going, but who they are. I'm going to talk to you today because I want you to understand there's another you inside of you, but there's some things that are trying to limit you from getting and expanding to be who, listen to what I'm about to say, God has made you to be. A lot of times we allow things and life to kind of determine our destiny. But I really want to challenge you in that area. I think one of the major struggles right now, major struggles that we're having right now is the fact that we are becoming addicted to immediate affirmation. I'm going to say that very slowly again. So I hope you got something to write with. I hope you got a great scribe, because I know I'm going to push out some things that you're going to have to document and go back and read and munch on. I do it even of myself. The replay is on. But we're going to make sure, man, we do this thing right. I think we have a challenge right now, a struggle, because we're becoming more addicted to have immediate affirmation. No one wants to take the time to get to know you. No one wants to take the time to discover or even to develop a natural skill set. We want to instantly. I mean, we get a quick Instagram page, or we start a new TikTok, and we want to go right viral. We want to get. We don't know who you are. We don't know what you do. We don't know your goods and services. We don't know your tenure. We don't know where you come from. We don't even know where you're going, and yet we want to get straight to viral. And that is an addiction that brings a poor perception. Listen to me. That's a reality. But I want to deal with it today. I do, man. I do. I want to deal with it today. But I want to let me get some housekeeping things out the way, and we gonna rock and roll, man. Y'all ready to roll? I just need you to put in the chat, I'm ready to roll. I see. Thank y'all. Thank you, Raquel, giving me permission. Chardonnay, listen, I appreciate you. Letitia, I'm ready. All right, let's do this. Let's do it. Shaquilla, hey, I appreciate you. I get to do it. Let's do it. Let me share with you right now. First and foremost, we got something coming up on June the 3rd that you got to be a part of. It is our 3S Summit. It is our Supernatural Secret Success Summits. It is the moment, it is the time where there are going to be strategies, there are going to be plans, there are going to be opportunities where you're going to be given insight and information that's going to help you see your business in another different perspective. Something that you're going to be able to lean in, lock on, and expand. Maybe you've been doing it for a while and you need some fresh eyes. You need some fresh ears to hear what it is that you're doing, because I know you started with the end in mind, but because you've been doing it so long and you're the only one that has been seeing it, listen, you want to be a part of this summit. And I need you to go VIP. Don't go anything less than VIP. Trust me, you will not be disappointed going VIP. I want you there. I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing. You gotta go. You gotta be there, guys. It's going to be so dope. It's going to be dealing, like I said, with your business, and it's going to unlock some doors. I'm telling you, I really do believe it with all of my heart. There's going to be some amazing people. Our visionaries are going to be there. One of my co-moderators, Lindsay, is going to be in the building. It's going to be great, guys. And I'm telling you, this is the time of the turn and the change and the transition. This is the time where you really lock in and start bringing in some things that are going to be beneficial to how it is you want to move forward in. Um, there's a writer, old French romantic writer. He was also a politician. We share the same surname. His name is Victor Hugo, and he says this. This was so powerful. I read it today, and I just had to. I just been saying it and saying it. I want to share it with you. But I'm talking about your business idea or your whatever it is you do. If you're in the ministry and you're on here and you're looking for a different perspective, a different way to present it, whatever it is that you do, you're an entrepreneur. Victor Hugo says this: nothing is more powerful than an idea whose time has come. Let me say it again. Nothing is more powerful. Nothing is more life changing. Nothing is more game changing than an idea, your business, your dream, your vision, your goal, your desire. Nothing is more powerful than an idea whose time has come. I want you to know today, I want to make an announcement to you that your time has come. It is time for your business to shift into a whole nother gear. Your dream, your marriage, your ministry, your money. Listen to me, it is time. But what's important is for you to have somebody in your ear that is able to help you navigate. What do you do with all of this power? What do you do with all of this access? What do you do with all of the resources? I think one of the most challenging things that I also instruct and teach the people that I'm called to serve is this: don't just pray that God gets you back to point zero. What does that look like, Vic? Okay, I'm gonna share it with you. Have you ever prayed a prayer like this? God, if you get me out of debt, I promise you, I won't go back. I won't go back and buy those purses. I'll leave those shoes alone. If you're like me, I'm a suit connoisseur. I love suits, tailored suits, shirts. I'm all over it. Lord, if you get me out of debt, I promise you, I will never do it again. Do I got any people like that in this room? Just give me a thumbs up. It's all good. This is what we do. I just want to tell you, Lord, give me, and because we have not projected beyond point zero, here is what happens. God, with his merciful self, gets us back to point zero where all debts are canceled. We are back at an amazing beacon score. We got an amazing opportunity to store up capital and be able to invest. And then what do we do? Let's be honest. Because we have not properly prepared for what it looks like to have now the amount of resources, we go right back into the very thing that we asked help and assistance to get out of. But Victor is telling us nothing is more powerful than an idea whose time has come. But you gotta know what to do when you get into that space. Do you know what to do right now if you get that approval? If you get that 6-figure income, 7-figure income, do you know, are there plans? Do you have anything in place? Let me share this with you. Everyone has dreams, no one has plans. We gonna come out the hey Lily Mae. We coming out with all guns slinging. Everybody has dreams, but nobody seems to have the plan for the dream. I think we get locked into the smoke and the mirrors. We get locked into the dream of having endless resources. We get locked because we're watching somebody else's Facebook feed, watching them on an island, watching them on a boat. They're in a whole nother country living La Vida Loca. And because we're having the dream, we don't understand the steps or the plans that it took for them to produce, listen to me, what was presented in their head. I'm talking really better than y'all responding. Nothing is more powerful than an idea whose time has come. But you got to know what to do when that idea come. Are there plans? Do you have an idea? Do you have a strategy? Do you have a system in place? Watch this. That's going to help you be sustained. I need somebody to put this in the chat. Growth and sustainability. Do you got the gas? GAS, growth and sustainability. I think what really needs to be taught, trained, and implemented is not just the dream, but how do we get to the growth? Listen, how do we not only get to the growth, but how do we sustain it? How does it continue without having the assistance of governmental involvement? How is it continuing to go and grow without exterior resources. Man, this is good. Before I even get, y'all, I'm not even into my talk. I'm just into introduction right now. And I just really need some people to really lean in on the fact of the idea that you were given, that you're the only one to bring forth. It's time now. It is time now. Listen to me. Listen, it is your time now. Now is your time to launch it. Now is your time to pitch it. Now is your time to market it. Now is your time to strategically put it into play. But you gotta be in the right place and around the right people. That's going to be very important. I've been talking about two things that resonate not only in ministry but also in the marketplace. If you want to enlarge, you have to engage. You have to come in and lean in to what it's going to take for you to get from here to there. Don't just dream about being there while you're stuck here. No, make the necessary adjustments that's going to assist you to get to your assignment of there. Aren't we tired of dreaming? I know, shame. I don't. You remember the song that came out? I believe I can fly. I'm tired of believing. I'm ready to. Man, all right, let's. I just need some real folk. I just need some real folk to talk to you. But is there anybody ready to expand and go into a different level that they've never even considered? I'm telling you, this is the time. Our market is all over the place. I mean, economically, the market is. There is nothing that can be measured by. Listen, we can't even measure the numbers last year with this year. It is such a movable market that you have access. Oh my God, man. You have access. Everything is evolving. Isn't it intriguing, y'all? I'm talking to my cousins now. I need some real folk that came to pull up and not play with me. Isn't it intriguing how everything around us is evolving and yet we are remaining constant? Isn't it so intriguing that everything around us is evolving, but we are the only things that are remaining the same? And we have the ability to change within us. Do you know that you have the ability to adjust and shift your entire life? As God being your helper. But let me be honest with you. Let me put my pastor hat on. God is not willing to help somebody who is not willing to be helped. He will not usurp his authority. He is not going to be rude and inconsiderate and just bust in on what you're doing. There has to be a level of receptivity if you want to receive the release. Are we in the room? I hope we in the room right now. Yo, I hope we're doing good. But I'm trying to tell you, listen, this is the time. I don't know where you are right now. I don't know where you're watching this, whether you're on Facebook, Instagram. I don't know where you are, Clubhouse. I don't know where you are. I need you to look at your vision board. I need you to look at your vision plan. I need you to look at you. Matter of fact, don't even look at the vision board. Get rid of the board. I need you to look at your mirror. Take out your phone. You got it always anyway. Look at yourself and tell yourself, now is your time. Like, this is the moment. This is the moment for you to become everything that you are already put on this planet to become. I want you to know that I'm not talking about what has failed. I'm not talking about what didn't work. And let me give you something that God gave me, even as it relates to failure. God doesn't see us as failures. He sees us as learners. Let me say that again for the people in the back who've been wrestling with being a failure. That's actually an art. That's actually an element of your life that you need to celebrate, because a failure is not what we believe from the culture's perspective of something not working, but rather a failure is an attempt to do something different that was not done prior. So I would celebrate the fact that you made an attempt to do something different. So you didn't fail. You learned something new about yourself. You learned that you can't be in everybody's circle. You learned that you can't share your dream with everybody. You learned that everybody that celebrates on your page really don't love you personally. You learned some things. You don't fail. I need to put this in the chat. I'm not a failure. I'm a learner. I have learned some things. I have learned a lot. And I think there's some areas that are really challenging people, the areas that I really want to jump on today in our time. Give me maybe about 10, 15 more minutes. And then I want to invite some people to the stage just to have this conversation to make sure I'm not the only one that's out here, right? I'm not a failure. I'm a learner. Why would God create? Listen, let me tell you something. God don't create failures. He doesn't. He's never, his track record, or as we say, he has receipts. Listen to me. Everything he made, the Bible says, is good, and that is including you. He doesn't make failures. So we don't fail, we learn. We don't lose, we learn. Listen, let me tell y'all something real quick. Those of you that think you've lost them, listen, just because you may lose a battle doesn't mean you've lost the war. You've learned another system or strategy on how to approach that area. Like you got the tactic, you just may need to use the right person. Like you got the right skill set, but we may need to channel it because of how we present it. Oftentimes, it may just be presentation. Let's give an idea. Let's give an idea. Well, sometimes, well, not often. Oftentimes, I take my wife on a date. We do date. I do date in the daytime. I do date in the nighttime. Well, this one, we went to a restaurant, and we sat at the front door. I mean, for a little while. Now, let me be honest with you. We've heard about this restaurant. This restaurant is slamming. They got the best food. Listen, in the 757, and so we had to go check it out. But when we got there, the service was horrible. Listen, the meals were successful, but the service. And so what me and my wife confirmed, we said, hey, y'all don't even pay attention to acknowledge us. Now, I know you could be rolling and deals are coming in, and you got Uber Eats happening, and you got Dina Dash, you got DoorDash coming in. And so listen, you're being profitable, things are happening, but you cannot forget the principal thing. You are providing goods and services. I'm talking to somebody right now who really needs to look at their service area of their business. It may not be the product. It just may be the service. It may be who you have answering the phone or who's at the front desk. Because let me tell y'all something. Those of you who have people at your front desk or answering the phones, even if you're using VAs right now, your virtual assistants, they must embody the culture of who you are, because the customer like me is saying, if you got this person in the front, they represent all that you are. And if they having a day where they didn't have their 2 shots of espresso or their macchiato, they're going to give a presentation that does not represent the culture of who you are, which would ultimately kill your sale. And so we need to look at that aspect. And I will tell you, that's not a battle. That's not a war loss. That's just a battle wound. That's just letting us know that we can't get so big that we forget what got us there. Is this okay? Don't worry about it. I got some ministry under that too. But I want to give us a whole picture on the seriousness of where we are in terms of our time, of our productivity, and our time to really present what's going on. I'm going to live on that. It's my time now. It's a very important time. But I want to deal with this. I think that there are 3 areas I think that everybody is dealing with something in. And I want to hit these 3 areas. It's one area we're dealing with pain, we're dealing with anxiety, and we're dealing with frustration. Pain, anxiety, frustration. Everybody is dealing with some form. I don't know if it's in these 3 stages. Maybe you're in the first stage, maybe you're in the second stage. Listen, I'm telling you, everybody is being challenged or dealing with something that has pain connected to it, that has a level of anxiousness or anxiety, and then that frustration is sitting in. And people are on the edge, man. I go out and I'm very sensitive. Like I told you, I'm sensitive to people. That's one of my gifting that God has given me as a leader. Just as a person, I'm very sensitive to people. And so you get up in the morning, man, and you can go for a walk. You can go in the gym. You can go for coffee. You go on breakfast. And people are on the edge. I mean, you just got out of bed, man. You just got out of bed and you already are operating at a level of tense frustration. Why? Because there's either some pain or anxiety attached to what you're dealing with. And so I'm challenging people, especially the leaders. I got a leadership call and conference that I got to do once I leave this conference, once I leave this call today. But one of the things I deal with my leaders is this: you're going to deal with all types of people from all different perspectives, but you cannot accept what they bring you at that moment. You're looking at a person that is lashing out at you, but I need you to consider that that lashing didn't just start the moment they walked up to you. It may have been a series of events that they have not dealt with, that they have brought along the way, that you just happen to be the place and the person that it gets unleashed to. But if you're not in a place where it is you've got yourself centered and focused, you're going to respond and retaliate, and now your character is in question. Now your integrity is insulted, and nobody likes to be. Y'all know how it is. But we're missing the point. I want to deal with it. Well, there's a certain man in the scripture, because it's this faith every day. I would be amiss if I did not bring something that God would give us an insight on, that can help us impart it, and it becomes something that we can immediately change or add to what we're doing and see immediate change. All right. I'm going to come from Luke chapter 22. I'm going to deal with 2 verses. All right. Luke chapter 22. I'm going to deal with 2 verses. The Bible says in Luke chapter 22 and verse 31. Very simple. It says, Simon, Simon Peter, Satan has asked for you. He has asked to sift you as wheat. Simon, Simon Peter, Satan has asked for you, that he may sift you as wheat. That's verse 31. Verse 32 says, but Jesus says, but I have prayed for you. Man, that's good right there. I have prayed for you, Simon, that your faith would not fail. Man, that's so good. Jesus prayed for Peter that his faith would not fail. God, help me articulate the points in these next few moments, that we can be better, that we can do it bigger, showing your love brighter, and move into what you called us to move into, in Jesus' name. Listen, so we're at a point of transition. We have Jesus, who is now seeing on the backside of his mission, and now he's coming into a place where he has to see production and promotion in the disciples that he's been dealing with over the course of the years. And also we have Peter, who is in transition because there's an elevation that he's getting ready to go through. But there's something that he has to go through before he gets to it. I say this personally. It is something that I have earmarked as a saying from Victor Johnson that I have lived and learned. Now I'm able to lay it out before people. Listen here, and you can take it yourself. Listen to this. Release is always preceded by some form of rejection. Before there is a release in your life, there is going to be some form of rejection. And unfortunately, we've looked at rejection from the wrong lens. I told y'all, you don't fail, you learn. And rejection, my friend, my sister, my cousin, my bro, it's not a bad thing. I know we've looked at it because from a culture perspective, culture has taught us that when someone rejects you, it makes you the person or the wrong side of the party, and you accept that. And then you look at yourself, or you doubt your ability. You doubt your will to do. You doubt your skill set. You doubt your educational acumen, all because of what something or someone did or what you experienced. But I came to shift your thinking. I asked for your permission to challenge you. Now I'm getting ready to implement it. I need you to see rejection, listen to me, not from a failure perspective, but from a learner's position. Rejection is a divine announcement that the people that are rejecting you, they are acknowledging that you are so gifted, but they don't have the capacity for the greatness that you're starting to come into. Once you are able to acknowledge that the rejection, watch this, it's a natural thing that God put in our natural bodies, that when something enters into our bodies that is not formed, that is not familiar, or does not have room to grow, our bodies naturally reject it. You think you sneezing, you know why you're coughing? Because your body is acknowledging that something has entered in beyond our acknowledgement that's trying to marry and connect with us. But we have something, oh man, this is so good. We have something anatomically that God has anointedly put in us to acknowledge what doesn't belong. Woo! And our body is saying, reject it. Get it out of here. We don't want it here. It can help us run faster. It can help us get up in the morning. It can help us think straight. And so that rejection is a great thing because it's going to allow us to move in the power of our person. This is going to sound really strong, but I need my big girls and my big boys to put this in the chat. Lord, thank you for rejection. Because if we didn't get rejected, we would live in the community of obligation. Wow. Some of us right now are limited to step into the power of our person because we're still trying to hold on to a season that's no longer valuable or viable to our value. Man, we going to talk today. We're going to talk today. We going to be friends today, y'all. Listen, and you thought it was about you. You thought because the rejection ended that it was something that you did. No, ma'am. No, sir. God already anticipated who is for you. And he knew that before it got messy, he made them get missing. Wow. Y'all good? Y'all good in here? Y'all good in here? He knew that there was no longevity. He knew that this guy or this lady did not have a shelf life around you. And so he ended it early before it even got started. And this is the reason, because you are expanding. All right, let's go. Let's go. So Peter is at this point of expansion, and now he's at a point because he's feeling pain. He's feeling anxious and he's frustrated. And God is now entering into the point because he's getting ready to give him a life hack. Here is your life hack today. There is a reason for this. Our conversation is going to center around this point. There is a reason for this. There's a reason for your frustration. There's a reason why people are starting to all of a sudden change and shift on you. There's a reason why it seemed as though your route has gotten harder. There's a reason why the room has gotten more soft and quieter. There's a reason why you started out with 10, now only you got 2 left. There is a reason for this. I want to share with you what the reason is. This is a good point you can write down. Sometimes God's preparation comes packaged as pain. Let me hurry up. I got to hurry up. Sometimes God's preparation for your purpose comes packaged as pain. Oh man, I hope I got some folk really listen. I hope y'all on here really lean in. I'm only giving it passionately because it's something I've just pushed through. And we focus on the pain. We focus on the pain, but here's something I need you to consider. Don't just look at life from the perspective of pain, but I need you to see your pain from the perspective of purpose. I think I got to rewind that. Are y'all following? We good? We still good? If we still good, somebody give me some hearts or some thumbs up. I want to make sure we make it, we clear. We over here, right? Sometimes the preparation of God, what he is developing in you. Come on, guys. Okay, let me just put it in layman's term. I am on this quest, right? And I'm in the gym. I got this trainer that don't care about my feelings. He don't care about what everything else I got going on in my life. He doesn't care about how many children I have. He doesn't care about a wife. He doesn't care about that I'm an entrepreneur. He doesn't care that I'm a pastor. The mode that he operates in is this. You came to me because you needed a change in your body, and I am going to administer what's going to be needful for change. And what he brings me is packaged in pain. There are times I can tell y'all, because y'all my cousins and he ain't on here. There are times where I'm fighting driving to my training session because I am already considering the pain that he's about to put me through. I'm already considering the strenuous exercises, the stretching, the length of the session. I'm already going through the pain, the anxiety, and the frustration. First of all, you got me up early in the morning. Second of all, I'm driving 45 minutes. Third of all, it's in the middle of nowhere, and we getting ready to work this body. I'm not seeing change. I'm looking at the same thing in the morning. I'm not seeing the 6-pack I got got a 12 pack. Don't judge me. I got a whole keg, y'all. I ain't messing with y'all. I'm on a whole keg. They don't have a body mattress for me. I can't get snatched. I ain't worried about that. And I'm seeing I don't see results. I'm trying to look like him, and him don't look like me, but I'm waking up every day. I got 3 days out the week, and I'm not seeing change. I need you to focus on this. Don't let pain be your perspective. But if you're going to look at something, I need you to see your pain from the perspective of purpose. So now my mindset is I celebrate the pain because I see the end in mind, right? Because once I crossed over there, the value that I'm going to have is what it costs me, man, to get to the place that I want. And I want y'all to know something in here. If something you want worth having, there's some pain attached to it. It's not about the pain, though. There is a reason for the pain, ladies and gentlemen. There is a reason for the pain. I need somebody to put in the chat. There's a reason for this. Sometimes God will, let me tell you why he used pain. Why does he use pain, Vic? I'm so glad you asked me. At the birthplace of, y'all have heard me, some of y'all heard me say this before, but I'm going to reintroduce it to some of my new cousins that's on here. Sometimes, I'm not going to say sometimes, at the birthplace of innovation, you will always find adversity. I'm going to say it again. When something is fixed, man, it is a result that it came from something that was broken. Oh my God. Oh, the author is an author because they are writing from the place of pain that produced the book that they are now Times bestseller. Woo, man, I'm telling you, it is why pain is introduced. Pain creates adjustment. Oh, man. Pain creates change. Pain creates an awareness. Are y'all writing this down? Pain creates an acknowledgement of something that needs to be moved. When there is pain attached to progress, it is only imminent that a promotion is going to happen. And God, let me bring this. God understands the level of pain that we are able to handle. Let me go old school. They would tell me like this, Tanya, if you got it, that means you can handle it. Man, I got all these businesses and this, that, and the other. That's because you are the person that can handle it. All right, let me go. So sometimes God will prepare you with a package of pain. What is pain going to do? Pain is also, y'all ready for this one? Pain will also give you your level of tolerance. Oh, because some of us started the year out too sensitive. We were too passive. We let people say whatever it is and treated us however they wanted. But now pain has been introduced. And what did pain produce? Pain produced a boundary. Pain changed your attitude. Y'all, we here now. Pain is an element that ensures change. Because if you've ever had a level of pain, you've made an adjustment. Oh, I gotta get off that. I can stay on that. I can stay on that for a minute. I can, because a lot of us, can I really fix this? Because a lot of us need to really look at our motives. Are we doing this business because the pain to prove somebody is making us do this? Because if that is your motive, I'm going to tell you right now, stop while you're here, because your motives are off. Don't produce something out of pain in terms of to prove. Oh, you don't need to prove, baby. You already it. You are it. I'm going to say something that's going to sound crazy, but I need you to grab it and receive it. You already are what you are trying to be. But the pain of trying to be something that God never called you to be will bring you to a place to acknowledge, I need to stop trying to be a cheap copy and go ahead and be the worthy original that I am. I'm weird. I am different. So be it. People are going to pay for this weirdness, right? People are going to pay for me being as crazy as I am. I am not your average pastor. I'm good with that. A lot of people can't take or handle the presence that I bring. But please understand that pain produced the presentation of this platform. But I'm good with me. All right, let's go. Let's go with that. All right. Don't just look at life from the perspective of pain. But I need you to see your pain from the perspective that it has a purpose. Romans 8:28 gives us a word that connects with that. It says, and we know that all things work together for the good of them who love God and are called according to his purpose. You're called according to his purpose. That's the reason you're here. So God's going to take what's not working with what is working, that it will always work. Okay, let me give y'all something that y'all can have. I'm going to let you have it. It's one of mine, but I'm going to give it to you. You can put it over whatever it is you're dealing with right now. Somebody throw it in the chat. This is what it's either going to work or it's going to work. It's either going to work or it's going to work. Point blank, period. It's either going to work. I just helped somebody right there. It's either going to work or it's going to work. All right, let me hurry up. So let me ask you a question. How might seeing God's purpose behind the pain change your experience of the pain? Let me say it again. How can seeing God's purpose behind the pain change my experience of the pain? Well, first of all, I understand that outlook will determine my outcome. And when I'm able to change my perspective, I'm able to change my perception. I'm able to bring something that's not into something that is. And so because I understand now that it's not working against me, I learn at what it's trying to bleed out of me so it can birth something in me. What are you causing to die in order for it to be developed? Give you an idea. Everybody's getting on my nerves. Everybody's coming for me. I say it all the time. I'm trying to be the preacher's wife, Denzel, but the people trying to make me the training day Denzel, right? What are they doing? They are being allowed to challenge an area of my life that really needs to be developed. And one of the things that we need to develop is how we respond, not react. Grown people don't react, they respond. But he will allow pain of people's how would I say? They will come against you. They will cause your attitude to be in an adjustment level because God is trying to do something for you futuristically. The fix is not for your now, but the fix is for your next. And everything that God has been allowing us to go through now, has been for the building and the development of what we're getting ready to walk into. I told you this is your time now. This is why everything that could go wrong is going wrong right now. Everything that could go wrong is literally going wrong right now. Why? Because God is developing something now so that it can have longevity then. God is in the business of sustainability. It is not an event with God. It is a way of life. I can't stay there. I can't stay there. So how can you start viewing your pain from the perspective of your purpose? That is a choice. You have to choose to see the bigger picture. Nobody can give you that. You can't buy it anywhere. You can't download it from any type of platform. It is a choice that you make a decision to do, that I am no longer going to look from this position of it's working against me, but I'm going to look from the perspective that it's working for me. Let me show you why that's good. I'm going to go back to the scripture. The Bible says in John 22 and 32, He says, but I prayed for you. Jesus told Peter, I prayed for you. Watch this, that your faith doesn't fail. Why did he? My question when I read that, Felicia, my question when I read that, Marquita, Korsha, the question I had, Lily Mae and Danielle, I said, Lord, why didn't you pray against the attack that he was having? Why did you pray for his faith? He said, Vic, because the faith, is going to fuel the function that he won't even pay the attack any mind because he's too focused on the assignment. Man, I'm literally getting ready to 3D this phone right now. He said, the reason why I prayed for his faith, watch this, is because it had nothing to do with his feelings. God Almighty. And if I had prayed for the attack, then I would have been only dealing with his feelings. But God is not in the business of your feelings. He's in the business of your faith. And so he said, I prayed that his faith wouldn't fail so that he would be able to be functional off of his faith, which would produce a future for him, that he would be so rethought process that he's no longer dealing with the attack because he's so focused on the assignment. All right. I think I got so in effect, Jesus restored Peter even before he failed. Can I tell you that your life has already been mapped out? I'm going to stop right now. I'm going to shut it down right now. I'm out of time, just not out of word. Listen, if you just tapped into this platform, into this room, this is Faith Every Day, sponsored by the Kingdom Business Network. Shout out to KBN, the largest Kingdom Entrepreneur Network on Clubhouse, expanding, not just on Clubhouse, but we've shifted onto Facebook, and that we are growing there. And I'm so grateful that things are starting to expand. The reach and touch of KBN is moving on all cylinders. And one of the things we do on Faith Every Day is we talk about our faith. We unpack our faith. We bring our faith to whatever it is we are frustrated by so that we can get to our future. We unpack it, man. And this is what we're doing right now. So I'm really talking about the space of there is a purpose behind not just your pain, but also there is a purpose even behind the frustration, the anxiety, even what you are dealing with right now. There is something purposed that is driven behind it. So listen, hand raising is turned on. I want to invite you to the stage. If there's anybody that want to come to the stage and just listen, we create a conversation by asking one simple question. How is your faith doing today? If you want to talk about how your faith is doing, come on to the stage. If you want to unpack this point with me about how we're looking from the place of pain when we really should be looking from the place of purpose, because that's what it's about. I'm going to tell you, a lot of people are struggling right now trying to find their purpose. And the reason why competition is so great right now is because people don't understand their purpose. And I say all the time, this is another Vic saying, that when you know your purpose, there is no competition. But because frustration and anxiety and pain pushes you to a presentation that is not even yours, you end up competing with somebody, watch this, that's not even in your lane or on your level. All right, hand raising is turned on. Y'all can come to the stage and we can keep unpacking this. I got so much more. Listen, let me give you this. Let me give you this point. You can endure a lot of pain if you understand there is purpose behind it. This is very important in terms of building something. I'm a church planter. There's a lot of pain that goes with church planting. But the reason why I've been able to endure the pain of planting is because the purpose behind it is driving me beyond the pain that I feel. And like I said, when there is purpose, it helps you endure the pain of change, the pain of growth, the pain of expansion. My goodness, the pain of, oh my God. Listen, when you know there's purpose behind it, you're able to endure it. Like I said, once I understood why the trainer was taking me through the level of pain, I understood now. Because of the purpose, the end of the video is what we're focused on, not the right now. There's a reason for it. There's a reason for it. And that's speaking to people that's having that conversation with themselves. Why should I keep going? Is it worth it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's most depressing. I understand. It feels defeating. I understand. It is so discouraging. I understand. But I need to challenge you to look from the place of purpose. What is it going to build from you? Woo! That will kind of give value to what's happening to you. Oh my God. What is it going to yield you? What is the rate of return? Yeah. What is the return on your investment? Because that's the only reason you invest, because of the profit that you expect coming in. What if we are able to endure the market? Man, you want to know why people don't pull out when the market is starting to shake and look shabby? Because they understand their purpose is to hang on. And when the doubters leave, when the ones who are scared and don't have the longevity to last, when they leave, that leaves more in the pot. I feel an old school saying, hang on in there. Can somebody put that in the chat? Man, hang on in there. Hang on in there, man. I know it feels like, I know it feels like that. But listen, it has to get better. It will get better. Everything is working for you according to your purpose and not to your pain. Don't always see it, but you got to choose by the faith that you have to believe it. It may not look like it right now, but you have to make a decision to choose to believe it. The bigger picture. What's the bigger picture look like? Pastor Vic, you have no idea how hard it is. Let me tell y'all something. Everybody is going through something. I mean, you're afraid, you're frustrated. Some of you are worn out. Some of you are like, enough, I'm done. But I want you to understand there's purpose in pain. Listen to this. Somebody put this in the chat. The greater the pain, the bigger the purpose. The greater the pain, the bigger the purpose. I know you're trying to put your strategy together. You're trying to put your pitch together. You're trying to put your sales plan together. But you feel in your heart that you need to spend some time with your kids tonight. And you're going through that pain of feeling unprepared. But the element of your children who need you in this moment is the greater purpose than the premature pain you're feeling about a financial plan or a business strategy. Spending time with your kids, that's a bigger purpose. That's going to yield something. You're going to create a memory that a moment couldn't give them. Like, seriously. Or for those of you that are married, strengthening the things of your marriage. There's a lot of contention going around. Man, I'm telling you, I get at least 2 to 3 calls, maybe even more a week, talking people off the cliff. Like 10 years, 15 years, 25 years, ready to walk away. And it's because of the tension, the pain that's in there, but they don't understand the bigger purpose behind why it's trying to separate. There is something that has a blessing and a grace on two that is greater than one. And so you have to do the things that's going to strengthen what you want to take place. I think I'm gonna I'm gonna stop there. I don't want to overload you. I got so much more, but y'all are helping me unpack some things that I'm preparing to really that I think is beneficial to a lot of people, especially with what we're dealing with right now. But we are at a great time. This is a real moment. This is something that's life shifting, life altering. I'm telling you, if we change if we can change the way we're looking at things, then I guarantee you the things that we are looking at will change. But nobody can do that but us. We are the only individuals that can make the decision. Nobody can do it for you. I tell the people that I'm called to serve at the church, I tell them, my wife and I, we are not called to carry you, but we will care for you. And I think that a lot of people right now are starting to understand that we're going to have to loosen some weights moving forward. A lot of people we've been trying to carry and bring with us that really don't want to be there. But if you make the decision to free yourself of that obligation, I guarantee you, you'll be able to soar to a different level because you released unnecessary baggage. What are you carrying right now that's not allowing you to see from the perspective of purpose, because the only thing you see is pain? Man, y'all gonna make me talk by myself. Y'all gonna make me talk about myself. Let me open it up one more time. I think we got a couple more minutes. Listen, if you want to come to the stage, I invite you to come and share your value and your perspective on what this conversation has challenged you to move into, to kind of think differently, to approach from a different perspective. I think that's the benefit, and that's the push behind this presentation. We want to make sure, right, that we are moving in the area of growth and expansion, but there has to be a level of engagement. If we want to enlarge, we have to engage. We can't sit back and no longer wait for it to happen to us. No, we got to jump in and work for it so that it can happen for us. Everything that I'm doing right now, I'm working so that, I'm saying it like this: how I'm grinding in my 40s, I'm going through the pain in my 40s so that I can live in the purpose of my 60s. Because how I'm working in my 40s will be how I eat in my 60s. But here's the cheat sheet. God has a plan for my life, and he's already worked that favor out for me. I just have to make the decision to choose to believe in the faith that he prayed for me to have. I'm praying for your faith today. Danielle and Maya and Letitia and Mimi and Shaquila and Sharonda and Marquita, Whitty and Portia, Joyce, Jermaine, Funcho, Jessica, Henry, Elvis. Elvis, welcome to Clubhouse, man. Shanika, listen, I am praying today that what you are involved in right now, that it will not cause you to lose the grips of your faith, but that you will continue to believe bigger than what you are in right now. We say this at our church, that faith is acting like it is so, even when it's not so, that it might be so because God says so. Listen, that's the faith. That's what's under attack right now. Our ability to hope. Hebrews 11:1 says something I love. It says faith is the substance. That's a word right there. So substance constitutes something that's tangible, something that has the ability to carry weight. One of the things that God does with me is he allows what I do in the marketplace to translate into a ministry principle. And so one of the things I do as a builder, I've done rehabs, I've done additions, I've done remodeling, but what really resounds and resonates with me is new construction. Oh man, I'm getting ready to mess up while I'm talking about it. And so a lot of times when I'm with the engineer and when I'm with the architect and we are designing our house plans and we talk about arches, we talk about roof pitches, and we talk about ceiling heights, and we talk about what type of windows we want to have and how much space we need for the open floor plan and the island in the kitchen and what type of cabinets. But the one thing God has really allowed my eyes to really focus on is while everybody else is focused on, watch this, while everybody else, man, is focusing on the finished product, I'm focusing on the foundation. Because, ladies and gentlemen, no matter how beautiful your chandeliers are, no type level of granite you have, I love your floors, your paint selections are immaculate. But if the foundation of that house is not solid, the first wind that's going to blow is going to bring it down. And this is the area that we are being attacked in, our faith. Faith is the foundation that we sit our framework on whatever we do. That's why it's after our faith. Faith is the hope for the things that we have not seen, but we believe. You believe you are New York Times bestseller. You ain't wrote the book yet, or you're in the middle of the book, but the hope that you have is the end result. But what's being attacked right now is not your end result, is literally where you are right now. But I challenge you today, don't look at, listen, I'm going to challenge you today again. Sometimes God's preparation is packaged in pain. Sometimes he allows a level of pain to be introduced to us so that we can change that perspective and not look at the problem, but understand the purpose of the problem. We won't just look at life from the perspective of pain, but rather we would see the pain from the perspective of purpose. What is it in your life right now that is rattling your brain? I need you to understand that there is something bigger that's about to be produced through you and in you as a result of what's happening to you. All right, y'all, I got to get off this. Because if I don't get off this, I'll go into something else, and I really want to be considerate of your time. But I'll do this before I close out the room. If there's anyone again that wants to come to the stage, I will invite you in this moment just to just share how your faith is doing today. If there's something that we can pray with, pray over you for what you're believing for. If your hope is being challenged, if you're still thinking it's not going to happen, listen, I want you to know it's either going to work or it's going to work. Point blank, period. I just need to challenge you to see what place or position are you looking at, whatever it is you're involved in. It's after your faith, man. It could care less. It could care less about your finances. It's after your faith. It doesn't care about your car. It's after your faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. That's why hope is being challenged right now, because hope is the thing that keeps us going every day. We get up every morning with the audacity to go after what we haven't seen yet, because we have seen it. It hasn't physically manifested yet, but in our hearts it has, because faith caused it to come into being. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to let y'all go. I gotta go into another platform, but I'm grateful today for the opportunity to come and share my perspective on today where I believe we all are at this point. We are at the greatest place of change. I will submit to you again. Nothing is more powerful than an idea whose time has come. I want to tell you, your time has come. You will determine whether it will get birth or it will still stay bound. You are the deciding factor, not the loan officers, not the investors. It's not the city. It's not about what the city is going to approve or not. It's not about what, no, ma'am, sir. The moment you get in your heart that it is going to happen, it is at that moment that you are going to see the results. All right. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of time. Not a word. Listen, we have the 3S Summit coming up June 3rd. Go to kbn.events for all of the information of what's going down. You got to be at the 3S Summit, man. You got to be there. They're going to be giving out truths and insights such as these, just to help with more insight with how we're doing our business. There's about to be a divine shift, man. Y'all listen to me. The reason why the systems of government and economics is happening the way that it is, God is giving us a second chance to really expand and really launch. Listen, it's time to launch it, man. You got to get the doubters out of the room and launch whatever it is you've been holding on for the last 2 years. God is creating the stage now. He's opening up. He's giving us another shot, man. Now we got to be all in. If you all in, I need you to put I'm all in the chat. I'm all in. We got to be all in. This is the time now. The time for the idea is now. And God is giving us another opportunity to launch it. Launch it, man. Bring it to pass. Stop twiddling your fingers. Stop waiting for people to validate what God has already valued. You're the one to make it happen. You're the one to bring it to pass. As God being your helper, let's do it. Let's do it today. I'm with you. I'm praying for you. I celebrate you. I already know it's so. Listen, also to that, I want y'all to check out Pastor Chandler Bailey's. I say he got his own community, man. Let me say this first. Also, we have Activate Conference coming up. Registration is already open. That's happening in September from the 21st to the 23rd. Man, you also want to be at Activate Conference. That's another amazing plug in and pull up that happens in person and also online. But you can go to kbnevents.com/activate, find out, get all the information. Listen, get that VIP, man. VIP has the access where you get extra, go behind the scenes, you're meeting with mastermind. It's an amazing thing that you do not want to miss. And also, I need y'all to check out my friend and my brother, Pastor Chandler Bailey. This guy has his own neighborhood. It's called Faithville. You go to www.faithville.life, subscribe, and I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. You get access to all things Pastor Chandler. There are weekly sermons, behind the scenes, faith conversations, creative theological content that will elevate and help you grow in all faith areas. Do yourself a favor. I need you to visit faithville.life. Get in there, subscribe, man. I'm telling you, he's pushing out content. I call him the faithologist. Everything about faith, he unpacks, he inspects, man. He really studies, he really goes after it to ensure to get all the truths and the principles out and presents them to us and brings us into accountability so we can really, man, start living life as God intended and not behind the 8 ball. Listen, I love y'all, and the thing y'all can do about it, I want you to be encouraged. Have an amazing weekend this weekend. It's going to be Memorial Weekend, man. And though we celebrate those who gave their lives, some gave some gave all. But we're going to celebrate. It's going to be a great time. We're going to remember those. I have family in military. We're going to celebrate as well. But it's a great time too, man, to spend with your family. Do something different, right? Let's break the system of the same. Let's break the cycle of this is all we do. And let's do something different this weekend. Have an amazing weekend. If you're in parts of ministry, man, get into your church. You ain't in church, get somewhere, man, and go and add value to that community and help it expand and go and grow, man. Be safe. Have a lot of fun. Let that faith be on 10. And watch God do some supernatural things in their life. Father, we thank you for this opportunity to come and share before these, your precious people. I pray that I brought value and I did exactly what you've asked me to do. I was able to articulate the assignment, bring position and understanding and clarity, Father, to the points of power and principles that we are able to walk away with so that we can be better. Do it bigger and even shine even brighter. Thank you so very much for who you are, loving us the way that you do, and we in turn love you back. We give you praise in the strong name of Jesus. We pray, amen. Listen, love you. Ain't a thing you can do about it, and I will leave the room by telling you this. Something good is getting ready to happen to you. God bless y'all, man. Have a great night.